Session 19, Shadows for Freedom. Told by Vichy, October 4th, 1 Year of the Broken Fang. Players present, Barog Silverheart, Fighter 5, Laura Elver, Wizard 5, Henrik Sanders, Cleric 5, Fritz, Wizard 5, Golvan Wormspark, Fighter 3, Vichy, Rogue 3. The last lantern was full that night, but the only voice that mattered was mine. I raised a glass, let the silence fall, then cleared my throat. So you want to know how we bagged the Black Jackal? Sit down. Don't interrupt, and maybe, just maybe, you'll learn something. The job came from Marder herself, posted quiet-like. No flair, no fanfare. Just a name whispered through the lower wards. The Black Jackal. A smuggler, a killer, and unfortunately an old acquaintance of mine. Now, I tried to play it smooth. Drinks in the Last Bell Tavern, some charm, some coin, but no one bit. Not at first. Until one nervous little Couvenard weasel looked back at me just a second too long before scurrying off into the lower wards. He thought he was clever. I was cleverer. I trailed him, quiet as a rumour, all the way to some rat den of a tavern where blood gets spilled for sport and bodies get dumped like trash in the alley. I didn't make a move. Not yet. I went back to get the others. Laura caught up a little late, but just in time to see that same Couvenard being dragged out half dead by a pair of roughs. She pointed him out, and I ran like a ghost into the alley. He was barely breathing. Henrik patched him up, and surprise, he was very eager to help us. Said he'd take us to someone called One-Eye Sammy, a contact who knew where the jackal was holed up. Now, here's where things got fun. I slipped into something a little more feminine, let's say. Found Sammy near the docks and gave him just enough reason to follow. He did. Barog was waiting in the shadows, and when the time was right, wham, snatched him up like a sack of flour. Sammy squealed like a gutted hog. Gave up the hideout without a fight. A shack just outside the walls, backed by trees thick enough to hide archers. And archers they had. We approached under cover. Arrows rained from above. Golvan and Barog charged through the trees like madmen. Laura fired off her magic, Fritz sent bolts through the trunks, and Henrik kept us standing. It was chaos. Twang, crack, thud. One archer tried to run, didn't make it. The forest fell quiet. They were dead before they even realized we were on them. Then came the shack. Barog kicked the door in, always dramatic, and we were hit with a flurry of blades. 4 of the jackal's personal guards, well armed and not looking to talk. Inside was a mess of overturned tables, smashed crates and blood-soaked floorboards. They fought like cornered animals, and honestly, I respect that. Barog held the front, trading brutal swings. Golvan flanked left, and Henrik kept the divine light flowing. Laura dropped one of the guards with a well-placed spell, and Fritz, you sneaky little genius, you blinded one with a flash so fierce he screamed until the end. And the jackal? That bastard tried to escape mid-fight, slipped through a trapdoor into the cellar like a rat. But I was waiting. I caught the hatch as it started to close, locked eyes with him, and grinned. Not today. He swung at me, missed. I held the hatch just long enough for Laura to drop a hold person on him. He froze mid-lunge, eyes full of fury. We dragged him out. Alive, defeated, but breathing. Took him to the jail, just like we were told. And that's the tale. The tavern went quiet when I finished, just the clink of mugs and shifting chairs. Then Marder, from behind the bar, let out this low and turned back to her cleaning. Didn't say a word. But her eyes, yeah, she knew.